Hi, my name is Joanna. Welcome to the Vinyasa flow with yoga blocks. Today we're going to focus on a fun flow that's going to work our arms. And one of the arm balancing poses we are going to be tackling today is the firefly. So if you never tried it before, like today, I'm going to give you with some steps that you can build on and practice that pose going forward. So join me in a comfortable cross-legged position. And sit on your block. As last week, we are going to try to keep our knees lower than our hips. This helps us open our front area and helps us breathe better. Close your eyes. And we're going to begin with the breath of fire. It's a stimulating breath that focuses on sharp exhales using our abdominal muscles. We're going to do 3 rounds of 20 together. The inhales happen by themselves in between, so don't worry about that. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale. Inhale halfway. And exhale, 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 exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your shoulders, your neck, and keep your chin parallel to the mat. And exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your right hand on your chest and your left hand on your abdomen. And you can repeat internally after me. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Place your hands and open your eyes. Take your other block and place it close to the edge of the left side of the mat, and the block you're sitting on, place it on the other side of the mat, and push yourself to downward dog. And in this first downward dog of the practice, we're going to establish our ocean breath that's going to guide our practice today. It's a 4-4 breath using our nose. And we do the breath with the sound that comes on the inhale and on the exhale. The sound comes from the back of our throat. So let's practice 2 rounds together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want, you can start walking your feet a little bit. And when you're ready, push yourself to high plank. And we're going to do it dynamically 5 times. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, half plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. One more time. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, high plank. Lower your knees, and you can walk your feet a little bit further out And place your elbows on the edges of the blocks. And lower your chest down. That will help open our shoulders before we start practicing. If you want, you can put your hands in a prayer position on the top of your head. Okay, push yourself up and come to the downward dog. Very slowly start walking your feet so they are between the blocks. And once you made it there, one vertebra at a time, come up to the standing position. Grab one of the blocks and place it between your thighs. You want to have it the narrow side in. And we are going to do the sun salutation A with the yoga blocks. And I really like having the block because it emphasizes the internal rotation of the hips. And some of you probably know, some of you don't, that internal rotation of the hips is very important in all of the arm balancing poses. Inhale your hands to the side and up, prayer position, look up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, lower down into half plank. Inhale, roll on your toes, open your chest into up dog. Exhale, roll on your toes into downward dog. Just breathe here and focus on squeezing those hips, squeezing those thighs. And at the same time, rotate your shoulders out. Imagine your armpits are trying to look at each other. Your fingers are spread. On the next inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, and hop, step between your hands into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your hands up into prayer position, look up. And exhale, release, mountain pose. Inhale your hands up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, lower down into half plank. Inhale, open up your chest into up dog. Exhale, roll on your toes into downward dog. If you want, you can bend your knees and try to send your hips just a little bit higher, and then very slowly extend the legs, your heels down to the mat. On the next inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, and step or hop between your hands into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, your hands up, prayer position, look up, and exhale, release, mountain pose. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale, your hands up, look up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, lower down into half plank. Very good. Inhale, open up your chest into up dog. Exhale, roll on your toes into downward dog. And take a moment here. Beautiful, Jacqueline, fantastic. On the next inhale, look between your hands, bend your knees, and step or hop to flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale your hands up into prayer position. And exhale, release, mountain pose. Take the block out. And we're going to rotate it. This time we're going to keep it the middle side in. So we want our hips about hip distance, our feet about hip distance apart. And the other block, leave it on the mat for now. Send your hips back and down and bring your hands up into a chair pose. And just hold it here. Remember to breathe. If you can lower your hips a little bit lower into the chair. And exhale, fold forward. Remove the block and place it on close to the edge of the mat. And take the other block, place it on the other side of the mat. Place your hands on the blocks and fall forward. Inhale, flat back, hands on the blocks. And jump back to high plank. Exhale, fold forward. Exhale, lower down to half plank. Inhale, open up your chest into up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot forward between the blocks and grab the block on your right side up into warrior one. Rotate your chest to the long side of the mat into warrior two. Straighten your front leg and lean your upper body towards the left side. Come back to the center and lean your upper body towards the front. Towards your right side. Bend your front knee. Place your block back on the mat. Place your hands on the blocks and step back to downward dog. Lean forward to high plank. And we're going to do stacked push-ups. So we're going to do one push-up here on the blocks and come up. Step your hands off the block. So both hands are on the mat. Push up here and up. Lower your hands to the elbows. And we're going to the mini push-up here and up. Bring your hands back on the hands on the mat. Another push-up here and up. Bring your hands back on the blocks. And last push-up here and up. And come back to downward dog. Step your left foot forward between the blocks and grab your left block up into warrior one. Twist your body to the right into warrior two. Straighten your front leg and lean your upper body towards right. Come back to the center. Lean your upper body towards the left. Bend your front leg. Place the block back on the mat and push yourself back to downward dog. Lean your body forward into high plank. Now we're going to do some more push-ups. So push up here on the blocks, down and up. Step your hands off the blocks to the mat. Another push-up here. Fantastic job. Lower to the elbows and a mini push-up. Up. Come up to your hands. Another push-up here. Great job, Jackie. Fantastic. And hands on the blocks. And one more push-up here. And up, up, up. And push yourself down to downward dog. On the next inhale, look between the blocks, bend your knees, and step or hop between the blocks into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Send your hips back and down Hands up into a chair pose. Exhale, release. Now on toes. Take one of the blocks between your thighs. So your feet are hip distance apart. And this time grab the block with your hands, the other block. Send your hips back and down. And bring the block over your head. And if you can, send your hips a little bit lower. And breathe here. Okay. Fold forward, place the blocks on the edges of the mat. Hands on the blocks, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. And with the hands on the blocks, hop or step back to high plank. Exhale, half plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot between the blocks. And come up to warrior one. Rotate your chest to warrior two. Straighten your right leg and lean your body towards the left side. Come back to the center. Lean your body towards the right side. Bend your front knee and this time grab the block with your right hand and place it about a hand distance from your right foot. And very slowly start shifting your weight towards your right foot. Open up your hip into a half moon pose. And if you want here, you can extend your left hand up and you can keep your gaze down. Or if you want, you can shift your gaze towards your left hand. Beautiful job, fantastic. Very slowly, return your hand down, step your foot back down, return your block back to the edge of the mat, and step your foot back. So we're going to do some more push-up. So push-up from the blocks, and up, step to the mat, push up here, lower down to your forearms, and mini push up, come back up to your hands, push up here, and step up to the blocks, and another push up here, and up, and come back to downward dog. Step your left foot forward and grab the block up to warrior one. Rotate your chest to warrior two. Straighten your front leg and lean your body towards your right. Come back to the center. Lean your body towards the left. Come back. Bend your front leg and grab the block with your left hand and place it hand distance from your left foot. And when you're ready, start shifting your weight towards your left foot. And you can start lifting your back leg up, rotating your hip up towards the ceiling to open up your hips. And if you want, you can extend your right hand up. And if you want an extra challenge, you can shift your gaze up. Return your gaze and your hand back down, and step your foot back. Bring the block back to the edge of the mat. Place your hands on the blocks and step back to downward dog. Come back to high plank. Exhale, half plank. Inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, downward dog. So between your hands, between your blocks, bend your knees and step or hop between the blocks into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Send your hips back and down into chair pose, hands up. And exhale, release, mountain pose. Going to do one more, and we're going to add some extra poses to it. So place the block back between your thighs. Your feet are hip distance apart. Place the other block in your hands. Send your hips back and down. And bring the block over your head. Bring the block, so it's the short end between your hands. And twist to your left. But don't place your elbow on the knee, just let it hover just slightly over your knee. And come all the way up. Bring your elbows down and twist to your left. And the same thing, you want your elbow to hover over the knee. And bring the block up. And release the blocks. Place them on the edges of the mat and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back, lower down into half plank. Inhale, open up your chest into up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Bring the block up into warrior one. Rotate your chest into warrior two. Straighten your front leg and lean your body towards the left. Come back to the center. Lean your body towards the right. Bend your front leg. Place the block with your right hand, hand distance from your left foot, and start shifting your weight towards your left foot. And open up your hip here into a moon pose. If you want, you can extend your hand over your head, and maybe you can even gaze up. Beautiful. Start squaring your hips and bring your hand in front of you. Into warrior three. If you want, with your right hand, you can grab the block up and hold it with both of your hands in front of you. Fantastic job, very strong. Okay, very slowly, release the block down and step your foot back. Place your hands on the blocks and step back to downward dog. Step your left foot forward between the blocks and grab the block into warrior one. Rotate your chest into warrior two. Straighten your front leg and lean towards the right. Come back to the center. Lean your body towards the left. Bend your front leg. And grab the block with your left hand and place it about hand distance from your left foot and start shifting the weight towards your left foot. And lift up your right leg up, opening up the hips into a half moon. If you want, you can open up your chest by lifting your hand and shift your gaze. Beautiful job. Very slowly, you can start squaring your hips and lowering your hand and extending it in front of you. If you want here, You can grab the block with your left hand and lift it up in front of you and support the block with both hands, squeezing it tight right in front of you. Great job, looks really good. And very slowly bring the block down. Step your back leg down and place your hands back on the blocks. And step your foot back down and come down, come up to downward dog. And take a moment here. Okay, come up to high plank, and we're going to do one last set of push-ups. So push up on the blocks, lower down to the mat, push up on the mat, lower down to the elbows, knee push up with your elbows, come up to your hands, push up here, come up to the blocks, one more push up here, very good. Come up to downward dog again. Turn your left foot in and start shifting your weight towards your left hand. Your right foot can be halfway through it, or maybe you can stack your feet or somewhere in between, whatever feels good. And with your right hand, lift the block up into a side plank and hold it here. And bring the block down. Shift your body to the center. Turn your right foot in and place the left foot wherever it was on the other side. And with your left hand, grab the left block up into a side plank. And keep gazing at your left hand. Return the block back down. Come up to downward dog again. Shift your weight again towards the left side. Stack your feet if you can. Lift your hand with the block up. And on the exhale, place it under your armpit. Bring it up. Bring it under your armpit. Up. Under your armpit. And up. And place it back down. We're going to switch sides. Rotate your right foot in. Stack your feet. And lift your left hand with the block up. Hand with the block under your armpit. And up. Hand under the armpit. And up. One more time, hand under the armpit. And up. And hand back on the mat. And come up to downward dog. Look between the blocks, bend your knees and step or hop into flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Send your hips back and down into a chair pose, hands up. And exhale, rise up and release, mountain pose. Okay, this time grab the block, and if you have the foam block, that would be perfect because I find the corpse blocks are very hard. So we're going to do the balancing pose with the block. So place the block on your toes of your right foot. Bend your right elbow and secure the block between your toe and your elbow. Your left hand, place it behind you for better balance. And when you're ready, start lifting your leg up. And you can hold it here. And very slowly, with control, bring the leg down. Oh, it looks really good. Fantastic. Okay, and we're going to switch elbows. So this time we're going to do it. So still support your right toes. This time we're supporting it with the left elbow. Place your right hand behind you. I find like with the twist one is a little easier. And very slowly lift your leg up. And very, very slowly come down. No, very good attempt. No, it looks really good. And now we're going to switch legs. So place the block on your left toes, support it with your left elbow. Your right hand goes behind you for balance. And with control, bring the left leg up, 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 and hold it. And very slowly, with control, come down. Funny. In this pose, quite a bit different muscles are working than with other balancing poses. And the block gives you an additional thing to focus on. So we're going to switch the elbow. So we're supporting the block with the left toes and the right elbow. Your left hand goes behind you and lift your leg up, 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 up. And slowly, with control, come down. Great job. I find like it's another project in itself to master this one. Okay, place the other blocks back on the edges of the mat and grab that right block with your hands. Step your right foot back, align your heels, keep the block in your left hand and extend your right hand in front of you. Pivot your feet to the right and lean forward and place your right hand on your shin, on your ankle, or maybe you can grab your big toe. Your left hand with the block, place it close to your leg. On the inhale, lift your hand up. On the exhale, lower it down to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, down to the mat. And one more. Inhale up. And exhale, down to the mat. And push yourself up. And pivot your feet to the left. Switch the block to your right hand. Lift your left hand up and lean forward. Grab your shin, ankle, or maybe your big toe. Tap the block next to your left foot. And on the inhale, lift your hand up and follow with your gaze. Exhale, tap the block on the mat. Inhale up. Exhale and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And one more. Exhale down. And inhale up. Very good. Exhale. Hand back on the mat. And step your foot back. And step your foot to the front of the mat. And place the blocks. Align them so they're on the close to the edges of the mat. And turn around. Step your feet on the blocks. And hinging at the hips, lower down to the ragdoll. You can grab your opposite elbows here. And just breathe here. You can bend your elbow, you can bend your knees a little bit. Release your hands to the mat and walk them forward until you're in a high plank. And here we're going to do 5 more push-ups, very, very slowly. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Try to keep your elbows close to your body. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And one more. Exhale down. And inhale up. And walk your hands back so they meet the blocks. Step your left foot off the block, keep your right foot on the block, and grab the block with your hands. Lift your left leg up and lunge forward. And bring the hands with the block up over your head. We're going to do 5 pumps here. Lower down and up. 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 And one more. Lower down and hold it here. And up. Take the block with your right hand and place it outside of your left foot. And place the hand on the block. And inhale, lift your left hand up into a twist. We're going to switch hands. Place your left hand on the block. And inhale, your right hand up. Return your hand. This time place the hand outside of your left foot and lift your left hand up with the block. Return the hand with the block back down and switch hands. So grab the block with your right hand, your left hand is on the mat, and open up your chest to the right. Return the block down. And grab the block with both of your hands and very slowly step back to the other block. And we're going to switch legs. To switch sides here. So now we're stepping our foot on the left block. The other block is in our hands. And lunge forward with your right foot. Bring the block over your head. We're going to do 5 pumps. Lower down and up. 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 Lower down and hold it here. And up. Place the hand with the block outside of the right foot And place your left hand on the block and bring your right hand up into a twist. Place your right hand back down and put it on the block. And bring your left hand up. Return the hand back. This time place the left hand on the mat and grab the block with your right hand and come up. Return the hand back down to the mat and switch hands. Place your right hand on the mat and inhale, lift your left hand with the block up. Return back the block. Hold it with your hands and step back until your foot meets the other block. Okay, so the blocks are behind us. Turn around and place your hands on the blocks and walk your feet back into downward dog. And just take a moment here. Lean forward, lower down to half plank. Inhale, open up your chest into up dog. Exhale, downward dog. You can jump or hop into a seated position and extend the legs in front of you. You can place one of the blocks behind your feet to remind you though to keep your feet flexed, and grab the other blocks with your hands and bring it over your head. And exhale, fold forward. You can tap block on block, or maybe you can even put it behind it. Wing your elbows to the side and hold it here. Remember to keep the spine long here. Very good. Okay, bring the block back up over your head. You can keep the other block on the side somewhere, so it doesn't bother us. And lower yourself all the way down. Keep the block in your hands. So your legs and your hands are extended. And we're going to go past the block between our hands and our feet. So on the exhale, lift up your legs, lift up your hands, and pass the block to your feet. I like to keep a placid leg, so my feet are grabbing the short side. And on the inhale, lower your legs, lower your hand to the mat. In exhale, pass the block to your hands. And inhale, lower your legs, lower your hands. Exhale, legs and hands up, pass the block to your feet. And this time as you lower, try to hover both of your feet and your hands just over the mat. Exhale, hands and legs up, and pass the block to your hands. Lower your hands, lower your knees, and just hover them over the mat. Exhale, legs up, hands up, pass the block to your feet. Inhale, hover over the mat. Yeah, keep lowering your legs. Good job. Exhale, legs up, hands up, pass the block to your hands. Inhale, legs hovering over the mat, hands hovering over the mat. Exhale, hands up, legs up, pass the block to your feet. Inhale, cover your knees, cover your legs, cover your hands over the mat. Exhale, legs up, hands up, and pass the block to your hands. Keep your legs up, and this time bring the block, the short, actually bring it the middle side between your thighs. If you want to keep it more challenging, you can keep it the short end. And when you're ready, start rolling back and forth until you make your way to the squat position. And try not to use your hands if you can. Great job. And grab the block and take it out. Place the blocks on the edges of the mat. And actually bring them a little bit closer so you will have enough place for your feet to come outside of the blocks. Place your hands on the blocks and hop back to high plank. Exhale, hop forward to the squat. Inhale, jump to high plank. Exhale, jump to squat. Inhale, jump to high plank. Exhale, jump to squat. Inhale, jump to high plank. And one more time. Exhale, jump to squat and hold the squat for a moment. Remember to keep your spine long here. And with your hands, grab the blocks and push them so they're right behind your heels. And we're going to do the supported firefly pose. So with your hands, place them on the blocks. So on the palm of the block, palm of the hand on the block, and your fingers are grabbing the block from the sides. You want to keep your chaturanga hands. And you're kind of like sitting on your upper arms. Maybe that's where you are today. If you want, you can lift your legs a little bit up, maybe one leg at a time. If you want, you can try extending both legs up, partially, or maybe you can extend them up. Very good. Try not to lean too far back because then you will sit on your butt. We want to keep our chest forward. Great job, huh? It looks really, really good. Yeah, so it's just something that you can practice at home. If the firefly is not happening without the blocks, you can just use the blocks. And the first thing is really like sit on your, kind of like your chaturanga hands and just lift up. Maybe you can extend your legs. And once you're comfortable with that, lift your legs up on your arms. And then you will be able to extend your arms up. Remember to keep squeezing those hips in as we practice. Bring the blocks back to the front. And step your feet back. And this time lower all the way down to the mat. If you want, you can keep your blocks on the middle height. And place your forearms on the blocks. Your elbows, your shoulders should be right over the elbows into a Sphinx pose. And lower down. Come up again. And down. And one more time. And lower down. hips up and place your elbows on the blocks and lower your chest down. You might want to walk your knees a little bit further out. And release the pose. Sit on your heels and bring the blocks between your knee and your foot. So somewhere like in the halfway. Place your hands on the blocks. Lean your chest forward. Make your body as little as possible. And lift your hips up. Lift your knees up. And lower down. On the inhale, lift your knees up. Maybe you can lift one leg up. Maybe you can start lifting both legs up. And lower down. And one more time. Make your body as little as possible. Lift your legs, lift your feet. Very good. And lower down. Great job. Extend the legs in front of you. And get rid of one of the blocks. Take the other block and place it between your thighs. Then the middle side. And lower yourself down to the mat. Keep your feet so they're fairly close, so with your hands you can grab your ankles. On the inhale, lift up your bum up. And exhale, lower down, just hover your bum over the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, lower your bum over the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, hover over the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, hover over the mat. Great job. Inhale up. And hold it here. And release. Keep the block between your hands and grab the other block and place it between your feet. We're going to do that supported wheel pose. When you're ready, lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your feet closer so you can grab them with your hands. And when you're ready, lift your hips up for step 1. For step 2, place your hands underneath your shoulders. For step 3, lift up on your head. For step 4, lift all the way up to the wheel pose. Great job, beautiful. And very slowly release. We're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, grab your ankles with your hands. Step 1, lift up your hips. Step 2, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Step 3, roll up on your head. Step 4, come all the way up to the wheel pose. Great job, fantastic. And slowly release. Okay, one more time. Grab your ankles with your hands. Step 1, lift up your hips. Step 2, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Step 3, roll up on your head. Step 4, come all the way up to the wheel pose. And hold it. and slowly release. Okay, release the blocks. And hug your knees to your chest. And you can roll to each side and then start rolling back and forth until you make your way to the seated position. Grab the blocks and place it to side up and step back by plank and sit on your heels. Grab the blocks and kind of like move them so they're about halfway on the mat or maybe even more towards the back of the mat. We're going to do the tripod headstand. So you want the blocks shorter distance apart. Place your hands next to the blocks. So you want your fingers spread. And when you're ready, place your head between the blocks. Sorry, place the blocks high and up. Mistake, sorry. So your shoulders can rest on the blocks and your head is lightly touching the mat. Check that you have a 90-degree bend in your elbows. And if you want, you can stay here. And if you want, you can lift one leg at a time. Or maybe you can lift both legs up. Very good, great job. Whatever feels right today. Beautiful. When you're up, tuck your pelvis. This will help you. Okay, let's do one more try. Okay, just make sure that your shoulders are well supported, they're right in the middle. And your elbows are at 90 degrees. And when you're lifting up, when your legs are up, tuck your pelvis, and then lift your legs up. And slowly lower down. And for a moment, come to the child pose. Come back to the seated position. Take one of the blocks to the side and take the other block and place it behind your shoulder blade. So you want the lower edge of the block to be coming where your shoulder blades are ending, and lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Rest your head on the mat. Take as much space as you need. Keep your legs to the opposite edges of the mat and extend your hands to the side. This is our Shavasana for today. We did quite a lot of arm work. So this pose is going to help relieve any pressure that might have built up in our shoulders. Very slowly start moving your fingers and your toes. You can even rotate your ankles and your wrists. And when you're ready, bring your knees to your chest. Remove the block from underneath. And roll yourself to the right side. And come to the seated position. If you want here, you can keep the block underneath your bum for a more comfortable seated position. And place your hands on your knees. We're going to finish the practice with the balanced breath. It's a 4-4 breath through our nose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your right hand on your chest and your left hand on your abdomen, and you can repeat internally after me. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Release your hands and open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. We did some challenging poses, and probably you will feel your arms tomorrow after all of the push-ups, but I try to give as much variety, so give you some idea what else you can do with the yoga blocks, because there's so many opportunities, and I feel like a lot of yoga teachers don't use it enough. Thank you very much for sharing this practice. My name is Joanna, and if you have any questions, let me know.